Hey everybody, I'm back, and we're going to do another one of these kind of Geek Out discussion videos. I hope you're liking these. I like doing these, and I know some of you started playing along and actually talking to me in the comments, and that's been very fun. So, making this one today because today we're kind of keeping in theme. Today's going to be a shark theme. I just released the trailer reaction to The Shallows, which is a pretty cool new looking shark film, and we have something pretty cool that's shark related coming up later this evening. There might be a little hint. If you know what that is. Oh, look at that. If only I wanted to shift my focus, that would actually look really cool. Anyways, that may have totally given it away, but you'll see what it is. It's a little bit different than what I normally do here, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But before we get to that, I wanted to sit here and I wanted to talk about favorite shark movies. There are all kinds of shark movies. They come in all flavors and shapes and sizes, from the ridiculously cheesy sci-fi stuff, of course, Sharknado and like Megalodon stuff, and giant shark movies, to really well done shark movies, or of course the classic Jaws. Now, honestly, I haven't really had time to really think this one through too much, but I'm going to have to say probably my favorite shark movie, just going on memory, and it's been so long since I've watched many of these, is probably Deep Blue Sea. And, it's kind of cheesy, and it's got some crap going on in it, but there's a lot of stuff I love about that. And, like a big thing I love in movies is, I don't know, there's something about the visuals of like flooded cities or sinking ships. Like that kind of stuff really freaks me out. So to have this big kind of underwater laboratory that's filling up and everything is pretty cool. We did the genetic super sharks, which is pretty cool. You had that awesome Sam Jackson moment, which if you haven't seen it, spoilers, he's giving this great speech, and this is kind of early before this became a cliche. He's giving this great speech of we're all going to be heroes and we're all going to step up and fight, and he dies. So that was really cool. LL Cool J as the cook, or as the chef in there, that was pretty freaking sweet. I almost rewatched that movie last night, but I just didn't get to it. Ran out of time. But yeah, there was a lot of, sorry about that. There was a lot of really cool bits and pieces in that movie. And I know it's absolutely ridiculous, but, you had the different sharks, like the tiger shark or whatever. There's that big lab scene, and they're, like, bringing it in. So, it's cool. I enjoy that kind of stuff. It's, disaster in the ocean is it's something that freaks me out and fascinates me. It's part of why I really love the James Cameron's Titanic. I like the romance part, too, but if only it had sharks, then it would have been much better. But yeah, so that's probably, I don't know, I'd really, if I sat down and watched like 20 shark movies, maybe my opinion would change. But just going off memory of the movies that I can think of, that's probably my favorite shark movie. Jaws is a great movie. It's a classic. It does hold up. But, it's not, I like a little more action, a little, it's made in an era. We've seen a lot more stuff than they could have done back then, but it's still a brilliant film. Some of the sequels, not so much, although I do like part 3 because it's really cheesy, and I liked the 3D, and again, it's, I like that it was the water park, and there are things when flooding rooms and all that, so I think, like, as a practical effect, that's something that kind of really always intrigued me, as well as, working with dump tanks and everything, the flood sets, so I'm fascinated by that. Flooding stuff is really cool for me, but you add sharks into that mix, and you start tapping into some childhood nightmares. One of the earliest nightmares I remember in my life is dreaming over a repeating nightmare was dreaming of a giant city in skyscrapers flooding, but like flooding, 20, 30 stories tall, and there were killer sharks all through the water. So I don't know where that came from when I was younger, but, it was there. But yeah, so Deep Blue Sea is probably my favorite. Jaws, I can't deny, but I don't know that it'd be my second favorite or anything. I might have to go with one of the Sharknado films. Just because that first one is so fucking ridiculous. It kind of is good. There's a lot of those Megalodon ones I haven't seen, but, I like giant shark stuff. So there's like, giant shark or Sharktopus and, Megalodon versus, I don't know. There's all that kind of stuff. And, I have a new series of videos coming up, and maybe I'll be starting to check out some of those movies for that series of video. It'd probably be wholly appropriate. But, yeah, so... Yeah, and honestly, I know there's a lot of other shark movies out there, too. I guess you could count things like, what's that one I'm thinking of? I mentioned it in my reaction to The Shallows, Open Water. It's not technically a shark movie, but I guess it kind of is a shark movie. That movie is really intense and really kind of terrifying. It's a different kind of shark movie because you're not really down with the sharks the whole time. Let's see, yeah, and then I mentioned Jaws 3 because there's a severed head or something in that always stood out to me. So that's pretty cool. And even though it's not sharks, the piranha movies are kind of cool. The original versions and the remakes. I'm a fan of John Gulager, so that first remake of, or was he? No, he did the set. Shit, I'm totally blanking if he did the first or second. But you know what? That's piranha. Doesn't belong in this conversation. But yeah, so I dig it. So what are your favorite shark movies? And maybe you're telling me some that I've forgotten about, or whatever. You may change my mind. Let's talk about it down in the comments. I'd love to know what your favorite shark movies are, what your least favorite shark movies are. You know, why? Give me some details, because that always, I like to hear your thoughts. You sit here and listen to my thoughts every day, so please let me hear some of yours. And let's just, let's geek out, if you will, and talk about all this shit in the comments and have a good time doing it. So after you do that, maybe give me I've been possessed. Give me that thumbs up of encouragement, so I'll keep making these videos. Subscribe if you haven't, because that way you can see the videos that I make as soon as I make them, and share with your friends. That way we can have more people jumping in the comments, discussing shark movies, and just having a good old time doing it. So with all that said and done, I think I'm just gonna go on, jump out of here, and get this video up for you guys today, so that we can move on to the cool thing I got for you later tonight. And yeah, so yeah, shark out, baby. Shark out. What the hell? I don't even know what I'm saying. So you've seen enough of these videos. Sometimes that happens. I talk myself into a wall, and I'm like, what did I say? It happens. But yeah, so there we go, guys. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later.